All right, here we go. Welcome, race fans, to episode 5 of In the Dirt with your host, John and Kyle. Welcome Lube Monkey back as our premier sponsor of episode 5. Go see Gary down on Cumberland for all your lubricants, Amsoil, Valvoline, Wix filters, Renegade race fuels. Racers, go down there and get her all. Season's coming quick. Hey, Kyle?
Yep.
Real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, just like the last couple weeks, if you guys can like and share the video, that would be great. Would just help us out. Thank you. And then also, when the videos are done a couple days later, I'll have them on my on my YouTube channel. So just Kyle Monteith, 3D Junior on YouTube, and subscribe to that, and you'll get the videos as you see them on Facebook.
Once again, we got to mention our buddy Dave Allen with the Bayfest Music Festival. Once again, you comment Bayfest, we'll put your name in the drawing this week, and then next week we're going to draw for the 2 passes. For
All Temp Trailer Rental, Dave Allen.
Yeah.
So just, Bayfest in the post again, and then I think next week I guess we'll draw.
Yeah, we'll do a drawing.
Yeah, we'll do a draw.
Someone's going to win, someone will be happy.
Yeah,
there you
I think
go.
over $400 between I think we came up with. So,
Yeah, pretty good. So, just back to a few of the numbers here. The 28 days just went up. So in the last 28 days, we had over 136,000 hits to the site, which is beyond crazy. We had, like we talked, we were hoping for 80 to 140, somewhere around there, and here we are with this. It's really blowing up, and we just want to thank everyone for being real positive. We have a microphone this week. We don't know if it's going to be any better or worse. Lots of people said they can hear, some can't. We're doing our best.
And let's just maybe try to fix that issue a little bit. Can everyone just turn your volume up as high as it can go? That should help a little bit anyway. And then we're working on the sound as best we can, so appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for everything, guys. And thanks for all the positive comments. It's been, just super overwhelming. Well, let's get into some stuff. With the season fast approaching, like it's coming quick.
And March all of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, this weekend, right? Or is it tomorrow? Saturday? Yeah. We're coming to March. Right around the corner.
Yeah.
Another month and they're starting in Cedar Lake and Ogilvie.
Yeah.
We have some guys who said they're going to be out there.
I was going to say, we'll get to that maybe.
Yeah, we'll get to that too. We're still wondering on the June invite here at Thunder City.
Yeah.
We want to get that info out there. Maybe the Heartbeat guys, maybe we'll get them on the show.
Yeah, maybe a tag team or something.
An open invite to them. They can announce it right here on the show. That would be really cool. Guys maybe there's some questions on tariffs coming too, with price of tires, price of steel, price of aluminum.
Yeah, I don't even know if I want to go there. But
we're not going on that. This isn't a political show at all. Tons of our friends are Americans, so we're all good with that. And let's talk about with sponsors. Lots of people, I've heard lots of people going out looking and having a little bit of a tougher time this year, getting some sponsors and money. Like people, if you're out there and you own a business, and even if it's $100 or something to some guy, you don't know how much it helps. Anything, right?
It goes a long way, $100.
Yeah, it gets you in into the track, right? And
sometimes you don't get your entry fee back if you.
Well, that's how. I know that story. But anything like people, if you're out there and you're on the fence about helping someone out or whatever, or you're just a fan, guys, all us guys need it out there. It's an expensive sport. It's becoming more and more expensive all the time, but we choose to do it, so we're in it because we love it, but it sure helps. So just think about that, people out there. Now we got some rumors on some racers. The ever popular rumor and information section, we'll call this.
Yeah.
Derek Ross reached out, former mid-mod.
Street stock, right?
Yeah, bought the street stock. He's planning on running a 69 Nova body. That'd look real cool if he can pull that off, then
Yeah.
he ran pretty good in that street stock. We were talking to Andrew here a little before the show, and
I forgot about that.
he led that invitational for a long way, I think. So, looking forward to seeing Derek back there. Nice guy, another guy who likes the show. Another street stock guy, country boy Corey Ward.
Oh yeah.
He reached out to Corey and he said he's got a new Adams motor for this year, and new rear suspension going over the car. The motor might have cost him a little more than he anticipated, so he's got to spend his money wisely, and he'll race as much as he can. Well, he'll be at Thunder City every week, but as far as traveling, he'll do what he can with that. What else do we got there? Oh, the Woodbecks. Woodbeck Motorsports.
I heard different things about that camp. They were racing, they weren't racing.
Well, I reached out and I talked to them, and Gord and Trenton, and they're working on their hot rod, and they're also doing bodies. If you see some of the bodies they've done, they do a nice job too.
Nice work,
They do real nice work, and they're also guys that are straightening rear ends out and stuff like that.
I think last year they had some practice doing that.
Trenton, he might have used up that car a bit, but another fan favorite, runs right against the wall. He ain't afraid to run up there.
He's fun to watch.
For sure, he's fun to watch. But they're straightening stuff out, and they're doing some stuff. I seen that they had Hunter Brink's rear end in there, and just so happens he reached out and said that he's going to be running for points here, and they're looking to start their year in about a month at Ogilvy and Cedar Lake. So good on Hunter, who was a rookie last year and didn't look out of place at all, really.
Yeah.
He got quicker and quicker in that. DuPont, was that? Is that where he got the GRT?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, I believe it's a GRT.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure it'll come to me later. Yeah.
Come on, Kyle, you gotta have that. You got some here.
Well, that's where my mind was.
Yeah, alright, okay. What do you got here?
I got some, reached out to the Glenn Brown camp.
Okay.
AKA Warren Kettering.
Yeah.
He replied, he said, well, Glenn, he does his ice racing in the winter. He picked up the Don Kettering Memorial win there a couple weekends ago.
Yeah, February, Valentine's weekend, yeah.
So Warren said that Glenn ran quite a few nights last year, I noticed. And sounds like he wants to get started early again. He said early April, the Cedar Lake Opener he wants to go to. So, same chassis, 2010 Soarpecker.
Yeah, that's quite the name, but was that Teixeira's car? Was that one? Or?
We were talking about that, and I think it might be. I'm not 100% sure. But, having said, they apparently got an engine fresh in.
Okay.
And I don't know if I'll say too much about this, but I think so if you think of a Glenn Brown car, you think of a couple things from the 80s, what was on that car, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But possibly an old sponsor returning on the 67.
Nice.
I don't know if it's an establishment or what it is, but...
Yeah, I think they might be on the 99 too, that same thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. All right, who else do we got on there? Oh, Carrie Allen. I was picking up our merch, the In the Dirt merch, and Carrie was at the front desk there, and she said she's got a new wrap coming on her Hornet, and she's really looking forward to the new year. They're working on the car, David and her, and getting ready for the year. Super nice girl, very down to earth, works her tail off, I heard from the people at Sign Design, so good on her.
Yeah.
And we got another street stock, Brendan McKinga. Young guy.
Fast.
Getting faster and faster all the time. Good stuff. He's going to be running here for points. He may dabble in the B-Mod. If you remember the McKinga B-Mod driven by...
Rocket Raleigh.
Correct, yeah. So we're looking for Brendan probably in that, and maybe his brother too, I hear. Or street stock for his brother. I might have misinterpreted some of Brendan's information, but they're going to travel more, and they're coming because he's just got his license, real license, so now they're going to travel more because he's old enough to drive, I guess. So he's a pretty good driver for not being old enough to drive, but another Allen car you can mention?
Yeah.
Kind of came up on our feeds last week.
Yeah. Jacob Ross, I guess he's from Southern Ontario, has some sort of relationship with the Allen crew. I guess he's going to come up here and run their B-Mod. I don't know if it's every week or...
Sounded like it.
It almost sounded like every week in some races in the States. So
yeah, a brand new Shaw from Canadian Dirt Track Center.
Yep, locally bought,
So yeah, and he's looking to race in the States and all over the place. So,
high hopes.
Yeah, high hopes and good equipment.
Another guy I reached out to was Dave DeVenti.
Whoa, parks right beside, right across from me. Another good guy.
Good guy, yeah.
We seem to tangle every now and then. But bringing you to this point that he said.
Yeah, I just kind of said, hey, Dave, care to share what's up for your plans for this year? And he just said, new set of glasses maybe and some front bumpers. So,
well, I got a pretty good idea. Super good guy though, again. Really good guy. Pretty quick.
At times for sure. He said hopefully he's going to have a new motor.
Okay.
New body. He's looking for speed. Said also he's put the word out. He's looking for sponsors. It's kind of tough to come by right now.
Yeah, a lot of people are this year.
See, last year he didn't. You can see he had some family issues, but he wasn't there the last half of the year a lot. But he plans on running Thunder City weekly and the States for some shows, mainly the Invitations.
Yeah, Mosquito when he can too.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's
also,
another.
yeah.
I just had a late talk with Leah from out at Mosquito, just before we went on air actually, and they're finalizing their plans out there, and they're going to have some info here in the next week or two.
Perfect.
And there'll be some more info on Sean's race plans too for this coming year in the 007. I heard he bought a different car.
Okay, nice.
So we'll see what he's got up his sleeve and what kind of tricks they got planned for out there at Mosquito Speedway. But yeah, as far as yourself and myself, we're both looking forward to racing this year at both places.
Both venues.
Yeah, both venues, and
we're just more so waiting on the info too, right?
yeah, we're just waiting on info. Yeah, both places, really. Yeah, but it'll be a great year. Everybody's excited again. We'd like to share with whatever both those tracks have and get these people fired up for what's coming up. I'm going to throw a little idea out there. I kind of had it along with Best Buy as one of my sponsors, and they mentioned that they'd like to have a car show before the start of the year, maybe in first week of May or whatever, on a Saturday or something before we start here, and just have the drivers bring their cars there. And so we're working on that. That's in the early things, but might be something cool to have a bunch of cars sitting there and get the fans out to look at them before the season starts. That'd be cool. Hand out some pictures and whatever, bullshit a bit.
Yeah, whatever.
We're all good at that.
Excuse the bullshit about racing.
Yeah, you don't need too many excuses for that. We're well like that. Okay, is it Dirty Lounge time?
Yeah, he's waiting.
He's waiting. He's fired up here. Well, here we go, guys. We're going to welcome to our Sign Design Dirty Lounge. We're going to welcome a fan favorite, Nalaloo racer.
Mayor of Nalaloo.
Yeah, it could be. Apparently the streets are bare in Nalaloo tonight. Everyone is tuned in here. So we'd like to welcome Andrew Piilo to the show. Come on in, Andrew.
Yep.
Hey everyone. Thanks for this.
Oh, he brought his dog. All right, Andrew. So first of all, what do you think?
I think this is fantastic. What you guys are doing is unreal. It gives us a little something to do during the week, each and every week. Like you say about the dirt on people and a little bit of rumors here and there and whatnot, and it keeps the vibe going. And,
Yeah. Awesome.
It's good.
Okay, well, let's tell us a bit about yourself and how you really got into this.
Well, go ahead. I was going to say first, maybe what year you got started, because me and Johnny kind of had, last night we were a little surprised you had started when Riverview was still.
Yeah.
Talk about maybe how you got.
My first one was my rookie year, and in '93 was when Riverview shut down and Mosquito opened up a little while after that, and and then I raced for 7 years, and then I had a little guy and kind of had to put the racing on the sideline, and got back into it in 2018, and
So
here we are.
yeah, so your family is a racing
Yeah,
family.
my dad had raced in Murillo back in Riverview. Actually, I seen a post on 100 Years of Racing with it said Andy Piilo on there, and I asked Stu Crawford about that, and that was my dad. I guess he went as Andy sometimes. And,
Oh wow!
yeah, because his middle name was Untoro, and that's Andrew and Finn.
Oh.
Yeah, so my mom raced Power Puff, and then obviously being in the country, Mark, my brother, was involved with Wayne and Stu pitting for them, and then got himself in. I believe he started in 89 or 90, and and then I ran his car in Emo one time, just to try it out, and ended up flying right off the corner, first corner. He said I knew I had the balls to do it, so he let me try it again a couple other times, and then we built him a brand new car, and I got his old one.
Nice.
Well, we were talking about Mark too. Mark had quite a bit of success.
Oh
back in the day.
yeah, he's got three championships under his belt, and yeah, he was a bit of a gator, a little wild man behind the wheel, but aren't we all at times?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to win, right?
Well, that's why we do it.
That's right, yeah.
But so you mentioned you won the first or the last race at Riverview.
Yeah, that was my only win that year.
Okay, so then we come the next year to Mosquito.
Well, it was the same year that we finished at Mosquito.
Yeah, that's
my
right.
car was destroyed because Mosquito was a whole different ball game.
Well, I remember back then.
Yeah,
She might have been a little rough at times.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
It was.
There was nothing left in my car. So then that year I built a brand new car. Mark and Randy Woola, and there was probably like 14, 15 of us in the garage every night. At the end of each week, there was 14 cases of beer in the corner. We brought the empties to the thing and got another case and continued on our journey. And that car, it won the Whiskey Row Classic twice actually.
How many whiskey rows do you have?
I got one, but it was funny because when you were talking to Rick and he said that he had borrowed that car, that was that car.
Really?
Yeah, I sold it to Paul Harry, and then he didn't do nothing with it, and ended up borrowing it to Rick, and he won the Whiskey Row in it.
Oh wow!
So that was the car that we built, all my friends and Mark and myself. And
You guys have actually built quite a few cars,
yeah,
right?
we got about five cars now that we built.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that being said, this year for the first time ever, you're going into a black chassis.
Yeah. We my buddy AJ Keller there, he bought the motor and then turned me on to the guy that was selling the whole shit in Shibudo there, and I bought the rest of the stuff. He bought the motor, I bought the car and all the rest of the parts. And it's a new Race Star chassis, and it's gonna have a full brand new suspension front to back, brand new motor tranny in it, so it'll be a complete brand new car. It's updated to 23, and it's never been on the track since it's been updated, so but it should be pretty interesting.
Sounds like to me, John, that gap the 77 had on the field's going to be a little closer.
That's
this year.
right.
That's got to be that's the bar, right? That's what you're
100%. My the car that I had gotten that I was racing last year, Bruce Anderson was building it. Thomas Nemi for Mosquito, and then it shut down, and then it went to the sidelines, and then Bruce passed on, and Bruce's son went to Tom, if you want this car, you better get it off the property because I don't know exactly what's happening. And Tom said, I don't want it, you want it? And then I went there within 2 hours. I had it on a trailer and brought it home. And yeah, I finished it, and it was just a really heavy car, so I was struggling with forward bite, but I called that one the spree killer because Wolfram he had a wicked spree going there. He paid for that car that he got from Ulakovic the first weekend that he bought it.
Yeah,
and Mosquito there. So yeah, I named that one the spree killer, and I'm calling this one the bolt killer.
Oh boy, there you go.
So I got
you set it up there right now.
I got high expectations. I really do. I love racing with everybody. They're all really good drivers, clean drivers for the most part, and
I seem to remember your win at or was it Dairy Queen Speedway at the time, DQ Speedway, right?
Yeah.
And you you got to drive up the.
Yeah, all the way around the fence.
Yeah, and I could see the emotion and
yeah.
how fired up you were there.
Yeah.
That had to have been a pretty big
That
moment.
was pretty emotional, yes, because I was so close so many times to the victory, and then to hit that one, the first race at Dairy Queen, that really, it hit home. And then, like you say, to be able to drive right in front of the fans and be right there, like, you could almost touch the fans.
Yeah, that must have been.
It was very
I was a fan at that time. Before I got back into it again that following year, and that was just a pretty crazy experience seeing that, and just seeing the emotion on you there. That was it was pretty good for sure.
It definitely hit home.
And then the following year, you won when it became Thunder City Speedway, right?
Yeah, I won the first one at Dairy Queen and the first race at Thunder City, and again with Wolfram, him and I we got such a rival going, and it was just like.
Is it friendly or?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Darren's a good guy.
Oh yeah,
too,
Darren's a really good guy. Yeah, well, I used to work for Frank and Sue back in the day at Artisan Fabrication there. And yeah, so we went back. I used to help him on his car and when he lived in Murillo.
Okay.
But yeah, it was always good racing between him and I. It was always door to door, and made the best man win. And I got him a couple times.
Yeah, he's consistent.
Yes,
he's
very consistent. Yeah.
Like we were mentioning earlier before we went on air here about like there's like 7, 8, 9 guys right at the front now that are right nipping at Bolt, and AJ's quick too. He's,
he's smooth. He's very smooth driver.
You got Jermaine, you got McKenga, Henny. There's a few others
even
out
like
there.
to say Corey Ward.
Oh
he's
yeah,
a really good driver too, and consistent. He's nice and smooth.
Even Steven.
Steve's right up there.
Yeah, like it's that top. Let's call it the top 10, 11. Yeah. Austin Polinoski can be quick. Sean showed that car's got some speed at the end. So it'll be a real good year. Johnny Stahl's got a good equipment there. Yeah, there's lots of guys out there.
And we're building my son Jaden a new motor. So I'm hoping he's a good driver as well. So I'm hoping with the new power plant he'll get up there. He won a semi-feature there was it last year or the year before? But last year he ran into blowing up the motor, and then just life got in the way and never got out. But he got out at the end of the year and had some fun. So that got his spirit back up again.
What is your plans for this year, Andrew? Are you running? Where
This-
are you going to be
this
racing?
year,
You were kind of talking before the show, and I think that's
This
kind
year
of
I got a
interesting.
pretty ambitious program. I'd like to hit the States before everything happens here, either Ogilvie or Cedar Lake. I have never been to Cedar, so that's definitely on the plan. My second car, if my older boy doesn't decide to do anything with it, I'm going to set it up for Emo and leave it up there at my buddy Chief's place, and try and run there every week. And we got the Dead Horse Creek that I want to do that.
There it is. Yeah. We say it every week here. We should be getting free passes to Dead Horse Creek. We're promoting the heck out of that place.
No kidding.
Yeah, and then do our invitationals here, obviously, and the doubles and Emo, and do our Ogilvie topless. So it's going to be
You're planning, and then with Emo being Wasota, that's gonna lead
that's a
to
big thing.
like that could be big for Thunder Bay street stock guys.
Yeah.
Like now you can get the nights in a street stock relatively close by, and maybe we'll have some guys up in the top 10 nationally for that too.
And possibly some of the Emo guys coming down to our track.
Yeah, they got a couple guys who are pretty quick. That what's the one?
Race Westover is really quick there,
and the guy who comes here all the time. He's got the yellow and orange.
Wilson.
Yeah,
Wilson,
he's had a bunch of good runs here.
No, he's a really good driver as well.
Speaking of Emo, in 2023, you won 2 out there, right?
Yeah, we picked up a couple of wins. That was we won there, came home, won here, then went back, won there again, and it was pretty wild. I thought we were on a pretty good run, and then that was it. But it was my first time winning there, and it was so close so many times, second places, and just hadn't got the win. And we picked up a couple there. And it's really a family atmosphere there at that track. You gear everything towards the kids, and you get your trophy, and then you give it to a fan right away, and the kids, you can just see the glow in their face. It's something special because this is really all about the fans and especially the kids.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, that's what we do it because. For one, we love it, and the feeling of driving. There's nothing like it.
No,
when you're
nothing.
strapped in, I shared something on Facebook there a few weeks ago. When you're actually strapped in and you roll out onto that speedway, there's nothing else in your world.
Yeah.
It becomes silent. The feeling of being out there, you can't explain it to anyone. Unless you've done it, you just can't get that actual feeling.
Absolutely.
It's incredible.
It's addicting.
Oh,
It's
beyond
100%
addicting.
Well, before the show, I think we got some. We know you as a street stock guy, your whole career, but you were saying something with Tom Smart back in the day.
Yeah, there was.
Share that story.
There was one time that we went down to the Nationals and drinking after the races and
With Tom.
With Tom Smart.
Yeah, Tom Smart drinking. Go figure. He opened up his mouth and said if we wanted to switch cars on Sunday because it was Saturday night, so we hobbled back to Mosquito there for Sunday, all hungover, and he hopped in my car and won the heat race for me, and then I hopped in his car and just about swallowed my tongue when I slammed on the gas because that thing was a rocket ship.
Yeah.
Passed about 4 cars and started flying around the track, and then it started overheating on us, so it was starting blowing water on me, so I pulled off. That was the end of that.
That's your AMOD career. 4 laps, but
It was definitely fun for
It was a fun for
Yeah,
I'll never forget that.
Yeah,
Yeah. When you hit the gas in one of those, you know what you're doing.
gone, yeah.
So, who would you like to thank here?
Well,
And you might have some exciting news. I don't know if you're going to share that about what you got going on this year with your sponsorship or whatever.
Yeah, well, we got, like last year, I didn't really get a chance to thank, obviously, because we were six times second place last year, so,
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was so close so many times, and that one with Wolfram there, it was like literally door to
that
door.
was-
It was
that
so close.
couldn't tell the one at the
Yeah.
end. Yeah.
Yeah, so then, so last year's sponsors was the Hoppers Variety, St. Host Golf Course, Joey at Master Angelo Fuels, Chris from GFL, Randy at Kubota, Leo and the gang at Moffat Supply, Paul from Enviro Shred, and John, Rick, and Mark Carmel from Napa, and my buddy Sheldon with the Master Tree Service. That was my last year's sponsors. This year, and obviously, Titan Worldwide, he had sponsored me right at the end of last year out of the blue.
Was it a friend or did you?
Yeah,
just-
he's like a family friend for my whole life. My dad and his dad worked together. His dad started up Thunder Bay Hydraulics in town here, and obviously done business over the years and whatnot. And he had dropped off the sponsor just out of the blue, so it was awesome. Obviously, money is definitely needed in the sport. It's you can't do it without money, and to have somebody come and just drop off money like that, it really hits home. And then so his logo is on my shirt here. I just had it going on in my mind. It's like, man, this logo is sick. Like to have that all over a car would just be mind blowing. And I kind of just threw it at him. Like I told him thanks for the sponsor, and then I said, well, if you ever want to see that all over a car, let me know, because like that'd be awesome, man. That'd be the deadliest car out there. And he didn't get back to me, and it was later on that day, he's like, why did you do that? That's all I've been thinking about. And he's like, we need to sit down. So the next day he came and we sat down, and I had the car, the new chassis sitting on the lawn there so we sat in front of the car, and we were bullshitting, and yeah, he's like, okay, well, let's do it. And my mind was exploded. I couldn't
Wow,
believe it.
yeah.
Like, for real? He's like, yeah, let's do it. And I said, okay. And then, so yeah, Titan Worldwide out of Calgary is the main sponsor on the car. I did ask him if I could keep Joey Mastrangelo Fuels on the car, because he's been with me ever since I started racing, even back in the 90s when it was Gino. So I really wanted to keep him on the card because, like I said, it's pretty special when you keep a sponsor that long.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You don't.
So, well, that's huge news.
That is huge news, yeah. So that's really helped me. I already had the motor and the car already in the works and paid for. But with this Titan Motor Boy coming on board, he allowed me to really make this car new. Got all brand new stuff, brand new suspension.
Yeah, speaking of that, you're going to Factory 43.
Yeah, I got invited to go for a little tour down next weekend to an expo down there, and we're going to go and see Factory 43 and go and meet the guys there and go check out their factory and see how things are built down there. So it's going to be some good insight.
Yeah, pick up some speed secrets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think you were talking about earlier, kind of how close-knit the Honolulu guys are. You were saying about the Kiwi guys working out of your garage there. Maybe just explain, like...
Yeah, well, we obviously, I grew up with Dave since little kids, and obviously loved...
You parked beside me at Mosquito for a year. Him and I were beside each other. Yeah.
Better guys.
Super
Oh,
nice.
Dave's amazing, and him and Chase and even the other boy who worked for me, Shane. They're all really good people, and his wife Bobby.
Yep.
They're awesome people, and it's just one of those things where when you got a couple of cars together, when you bring another one in the mix, there's just other guys to help out, and you get different ideas for you know, like you need a hand or whatever. And
so at any given time, there could be 7 to 9 cars.
We got one video, it was pretty wild. There was 3 cars in the garage, and we had them wound right up, just all the cylinders revving, and it was pretty crazy. But the Kiwi boys are definitely in the heart, and I'll do anything for them, always would. Pretty much anybody really at the track. My trailer's like a revolving door. People come in asking for this.
That's the beauty of racing, eh? It's like everybody seems to want to help everyone out at all times.
Yeah, it's like a big family.
It is. It really is. That's part of the allure. You can have a guy who might be, say he's a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, and he's got tons of money, and there's another guy with zero or whatever, and he's working his tail, and they all sort of come together in this melting pot.
We're all on
Everybody,
the same page.
everyone gets along, and it's a really cool situation. That's kind of why I like it. It's just a melting pot, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And do you have anyone who you'd like to thank, that helped you out on the car?
Well, my buddy Joe, my son Jaden, they've been pretty much my main people. My nephew Stevens helped me out a lot. My brother Mark helped me out a little bit, but he was pretty busy with his own thing. But for the most part, it's been pretty much Joe, my buddy Joe St. Denis, and I, and just giving her.
Does he travel with you to emo too?
Yeah, when he can. He works out of town at the oil sands in Fort Mac, so he's out of town quite a bit. So he's got himself a car this year, so I'm hoping.
Right. Yeah, you were sitting
there. I just left him there. He was thrashing on it. So.
And you were mentioning your daughter.
Yeah, my original car that I bought back in 18, I went to Moose Lake and picked it up for $450. It was a bent old piece of junk in the field, and brought it back and resurrected it, and it's sitting there waiting to get it. I bought Nathan Henney's old crate off of him for it, so I'm gonna get that together for her and put her out on Mosquito and see how she does.
Wow, perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, so between all of us, if my older boy gets in, there'd be 7 of us in my little hub. My other nephew, Jeremy Moore, he started up Ash Base. He bought that one car off of Facebook or whatever, that 169. And
Ash Base. My wife has said she wants to go there
and
beat the crap out of some stuff.
If you ever need to just release some stress, I didn't even think I needed to release, and I had so much fun smashing the crap out of a TV and a printer with a baseball bat. Who would have known? You know, it's just something else. It's a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're gonna build him a motor and Jaden a motor, and then I'm hoping that see all 7 of us, so we'll have our own heat race.
That's more than that might be 2 at some places. You get your own feature, you guys. Have the Piilo feature. That would be something. Speaking of that, I would have coached against your son. I never got, in all the years, I would have never got to coach him.
No.
But I always played against him. He was in 04 and I had an 03 and 05. once again, hockey
Yeah.
makes its way into the show, kind of
Yeah,
brings
he turned
it.
out to be quite a defenseman.
Yeah, he was. I was a Westport Ranger, I believe,
Yeah.
pretty much. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. There it is, another thing we got in common. You know what else? Go ahead.
I was just saying,
go
I
ahead.
was looking in our stats lady there. She, I was seeing if we had any questions. She said, not too many questions, but it was because we were gonna
Yeah.
the chat there. But
If someone we actually have almost a moderator now on the show here. Looking, if you have, we're trying to get better
I'm
here.
sure Pat Woods will be on there in a minute here.
Yeah, he'll have a question for us every week. He's got something.
A tidbit or something.
Yeah.
I think that might have been Pat. The answer might have been Pat last week there. Or who was that? I think Pat's question was the answer. Pat Woods.
Yeah, the answer was Pat Woods. Yeah, he asked the question. He had the answer. It was him. But anyways, yeah, what are we at here? Oh, well, we're at 36 minutes, 37 minutes. Another great show. Is there anything else you'd like to add about?
I just really appreciate what you guys are doing here. I think it's fantastic. Obviously going to watch every podcast that you guys put out, and I'm really, really excited for 2025 season. I want to get out there and kick some butt.
That's awesome. Yeah, Kyle Bolt, here you go.
Yeah,
You can
there you
answer.
go. Hang on, boy. Buckle up.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, you have anything else, Kyle?
Not offhand, no. I think
And okay, well, that's going to be it. You got to throw it to me, and I will say what? Stay dirty.
Stay dirty.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.